Hello everybody, I'm Charles Barton, otherwise known as Viridian in Discord. I'm the Achroma Community Coordinator, and you are watching the Achroma weekly news stream for March the 5th, 2023. Welcome in, everybody. Good to see you, good to see you. Let's start by going through the chat and saying hello. So the question that we asked you at the start of this stream was, if you were a realm runner, which realm would you want to live in and why? So if you didn't answer it, feel free to put it in the chat now and we will go through as we have a look now. So welcome in Sarah, welcome in Richard, welcome in Taurus, welcome in Gato, welcome in Chef. So what have we got here? So Gato started by, Sarah started by saying, I would say Flutterby, but maybe Curdle, if only for Detective Huxton. Very nice. Maybe you want him to be your neighbor. Gato says, I'd want to live in Curdle, even though I really like Flutterby. Curdle seems really cool. Okay, so we got 2 for Curdle at this point. 2 for Curdle. Hazmat, welcome in, buddy. Also says Curdle with cool magic. I mean, by the looks of it, we're all just going to be neighbors in Curdle. I hope you're doing well. Chef, anyone go to the tourney yesterday? I did. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. For those that went to the tourney, I hope you had fun. We're going to be talking more about it in today's stream, but good to see you guys again. Heron, welcome in. You say, I think for me it'd be Wishwell. You like Vikings. Very cool. Logan, welcome in. Definitely Wishwell for yourself too. Okay, so we're getting a bit of a split between Curdle and Wishwell here. And Lewis, welcome in. Idle, welcome in. It'll be Draco, obviously. Okay, our first Draco and second Draco of Semper. Only so I can fly on the back of Darnacus. I like that. I like that a lot. Tawny, yesterday I missed. Nah, you didn't. And you'd be Draco's Mushroom Monk. Very nice, Richard. Very nice indeed. Me personally, I've maybe overthought this a little bit too much. I wouldn't want to be in Wishwell, only because I like the sun. I don't want to be. I mean, I appreciate that not necessarily all of Norso Pladum is necessarily underground, but at least from what we know of it, it is. So I would quite like to see the sun again. So I don't want to live in the cave systems. I wouldn't want to be in Flutterby, just because something you've got to think of is that if we were realm runners, we are all human size. And from what we've seen, all of Flutterby is pretty fairy size. It would be like in Alice in Wonderland when you're trying to fit through the really small door. So that leaves me with Curdle and Draco, and I don't know, I think Draco's just cool. I think I'm with Semper on this one. The being able to fly on the back of dragons just seems really, really cool. But yeah, welcome in, guys. Good to see you, Good Omens. You'll be Curdle Hill for you. Taurus, welcome in. Bro, we are British. What is the sun? It's why I crave it. It's why I crave it. But then the cultures are blocking out the tsunami. Very true. Very true. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. And yeah, like I said, this is the Achroma weekly stream. And we have a really, really good stream. We've got loads to cover today, so we're going to get straight to it. So for those who haven't watched a weekly stream before, this is how it will work. We're going to start by talking about the Achroma news. So we're going to have a look back at this week and see what has been happening in the world of Achroma, and cover all of the latest news that you need to know. Then we're going to have a look at upcoming events and just see what events are going to be happening soon online and in store, so that you can make sure you don't miss them and you have a chance to ask any questions if you have any. We're then going to do a special segment, which we always like to sneak peek some cards, and today is no different. So I do have some Realm Rifts and Realm Runes to show you guys, as well as some new expansion cards. Now, I have not seen the Realm Rifts and the Realm Runes, so I'll be reacting to those with you guys. I'm very, very excited to see them. And then, as part of the special segment as well, you guys may remember that 2 streams ago, we had Marco, one of the artists on the streams. We will be bringing him back on the stream, because if you remember, we announced a giveaway a few weeks ago, and today we're going to be announcing the winners of it. Now, to be very clear, we're running 2 giveaways currently. This isn't the alt art giveaway. We'll talk more about that in a bit. This was the giveaway which was where you had a prompt and you had to try and get as close to the prompt as possible, but more about that in the special sneak peek with Marco. And then, as always, we end the stream by going through the community showcase, where we're going to shine some light on some of the cool stuff that you guys have been doing over in the Achroma community this week. So that is the plan. It was nice to meet you at the Bash Shield event last week. It was really, really nice, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the Bash event. But it was, yeah, great to meet you as well. It was genuinely really, really fun. I'm definitely gonna be up to Bash again. So let's start then with this week's news. So we always like to start with a bit of a Kickstarter update, because let's be honest, right now that is the biggest news in the Achroma universe. So yeah, it's getting very late in the Kickstarter now. So if you're watching the stream and you didn't know, I'd be quite surprised, because we've been shouting about it a lot, but we are running a Kickstarter the Kickstarter has only 3 days left. So if you have not yet checked out the Kickstarter and not yet got your pledges in, then now is definitely, well, maybe not right now. I'd like it if you guys stayed in stream. That's quite nice. It makes it nice and whole. But definitely check out the Kickstarter in the next couple of days because it will be ending very, very soon. The link is down below and on all of our other socials. In terms of a bit of an update on how it is going, so with 3 days left, we are really, really happy that we've reached over the 25k mark now. Last time I checked about an hour ago, so I think we're on 25.6k, which is absolutely incredible. Thank you to everybody that has pledged so far. You're all amazing. If you haven't already got your exclusive pledge role in the Discord, then check out the Discord roles channel. Discord is linked down below if you want to see how to get that. But yes, it is going really, really good. That's a Kickstarter? I know, Lewis, yeah. Welcome in, Warrior. Good to see you. We have had some more updates to the Kickstarter. So firstly, because we have now reached that lovely 25k mark, one of the next stretch goals has been reached. Obviously, some of you have already seen this in the Discord, but you can see there this one here. No, sorry, my mouse. There you go. This one just over here, the 25k one. So we have unlocked the stretch goal for the Achroma metal pin badges. So each person who pledges any pledge that your pledge level will say if it includes all stretch goals. I'm pretty certain it's every pledge except for the £1 add-on pledge. You will receive 2 metal pin badges. The designs are to be confirmed, but I believe Jack put in the Kickstarter update that it will be 2 random badges. I don't believe there's going to be any remit to pick. You'll just get 2 random badges, which I'm sure there might be open to some trading if people want to. But yes, it'll be 2 random enamel pin badges. So congratulations to everybody for reaching that. Now, I don't want to sound too unoptimistic, but obviously, you know, if we can get another 4.5 grand in the next 3 days, there will be, the next stretch goal has been announced, which is an Achroma drawstring bag as well. So everybody will get one of those. If we get there, fantastic. If we don't, we don't. Hey, who knows? Maybe the next 3 days, it's just going to suddenly skyrocket to the moon, in which case there might be more stretch goals as well. I believe the team do have plans for further stretch goals should we reach those. But either way, fantastic update for this week. So thank you to everybody that has pledged or updated their pledges, because it is fantastic to reach that mark. And one of the reasons why we reached that mark, many of you will know this from the Discord, yes, as you're saying, Lewis, that we have now introduced merch. The community, including myself, have been shouting. We've been bashing down the doors asking for merch for a long time now, and we've finally got it. It's very exciting. So yes, these have been added. I'm very pleased to say these are not a stretch goal. So we're not saying, hey, we need to raise another 5 grand to get these. These are add-ons. So if you haven't already and you want to, you can go to Kickstarter again, not right now. I'd like it if we stayed in the stream, but you can go to the Kickstarter. You can click on update my pledge. You know, still keep the same pledge that you've got now, and then when you get to the add-ons, you'll see there are now 5 more add-ons. You've got t-shirts, hoodies, hats, bags, and phone cases. Now, I don't have a lot of information to tell you about these. I only really know what I've read from the community updates. But from what I'm aware, when you pledge for any of these, so for the t-shirts, you'll be able to choose which color you want. I don't know if it's just black and white. There may be other colors, but basically you get to choose the color. You also get to choose which character will be on the t-shirt. Same thing for the hoodies. You'll get to choose which color. Again, I do not know whether it's multicolors or just black and white. But you will also get to choose which character you like. Although I'm not going to lie, look at those 2 options, Tenebris and Huxon. I mean, obviously I'm going to have to get a Fungua one. You guys know I'm going to get a Fungua one. But that Tenebris one, that's looking beautiful. There is the Achroma hats, which I'm aware, again, there will be different colors. But presumably, it's just the Achroma terminology. You're not going to get any characters on that. There's the Achroma bag, which I don't know if there is colors for that one. Someone tell me if they've heard otherwise. And the phone cases, Jack has said these will be for kind of all of your most recent type phones. So you can imagine that if you've got an iPhone or Android, probably within the last 3 to 5 years, it will probably have a phone case for you. If you've got a very old phone or a very unique phone that isn't one of the major brands, then probably not. But with all of these pledges, if you just like all the other pledges, if you add the pledge add-on now, at the end it will then prompt you for what you want. So if you do pledge for a hoodie now, it won't ask you your size, your color, what character you want. You just pledge, and then at the end of the Kickstarter, it will then you'll get an email prompt where you'll go in and you'll put in actually what you want at the end. So don't worry if you do pledge now, it will ask you all at the end. We will be messaged to confirm the character once we Kickstarter trends. Yes. Basically, that's how it will work for all of the add-ons. You know, things like the playmats, the deck boxes, people that have gone for just one specific palette. The way Kickstarter works is you just pledge to say, I want that product. And then at the end, you'll get an email where it will say, hey, come back to Kickstarter and now choose what you want. And then from your options you've chosen, you'll get to choose your individual things, put in things like your email address, your shipping details and stuff like that for the team to then process and deal with. Yes, there'll be a pledge manager of some sort. Yeah, I don't know more about who that's going to be or how that's going to work, but I have no doubt the team know exactly what they're doing for that. They're on it like a car bonnet. But yes, so there is merch. Very exciting times. Now, I can't say for certain, but I'm 99% sure that this merch will still be available after the Kickstarter. You know, if you really can't afford it or don't want it now, that's fine. These aren't like limited edition. I'm pretty certain we'll still be stocking these on our website and in store. Please don't take that as word for word. I have not had the confirmation, but I can't see any reason why we wouldn't be. But again, take that as a pinch of salt, unless one of the core team can confirm in the chat. Yeah, just take that as a pinch of salt, but don't worry too much if you can't afford it now, which is understandable because, you know, it's a lot of money on the Kickstarter. So that is all of the news on the Kickstarter. The next bit of news I have for you guys is about some of the... oh, did it say it's exclusive? Oh, okay. I was 0.1% wrong. I mean, maybe they'll bring it back in the future. I think maybe for now they're just saying, hey, one-off run, and maybe they'll do it in the future. Who knows? But okay, so in which case, get your pledges in. Thank you for confirming that, Lewis. I didn't actually see that myself. Maybe I should have looked more closely. So next then is some of the stuff that's happened this week. So... firstly, spot yourselves in the picture, folks. So this week on Wednesday, there was an amazing Achroma tournament in the Boards and Swords hobby store, otherwise known as Bash, up in Derby. I was pleased to say that I was there. I'm not in that picture. I think I was, I was the one taking that picture. And I'm sure many of you are looking at that picture, spotting yourselves. But it was a fantastic event. So it was a sealed tournament where essentially players who bought into it got one Achroma palette, and they actually got it. It was like they were actually buying it. It wasn't a palette they bought. They picked at random. Well, they got to pick a realm, but the deck they got was random. And they had to play with that palette. So it was all pre-constructed and only one palette. It was best of one round over 30 minutes. And it was a Swiss-style format whereby the winners would play the winners, the losers would play losers. And they didn't do a top cut for this one. It was a case of when the rounds were over, it was whoever was currently on the highest wins, which I believe the winner was Matt, who is actually Hazmat in the stream and Hazmat in the Discord. So congratulations to you, mate. But it was a really, really fun atmosphere. The shop itself was brilliant. Like you can see in the photo that all of the so basically all of this table here was Achroma, and all of this table behind here was Achroma. These two tables were Magic the Gathering and other card games combined. There was loads of people behind us as well playing other things, but just generally, it was so awesome to see, like, Achroma was just the main event there. And I appreciate that was because there was a tournament, but I'm aware that other nights it's still just the same. But no, brilliant store. It was a fantastic time. Everyone was really friendly. And actually, it was really interesting to see so many pre-constructed decks playing against each other. In the final, unsurprisingly, it was a fairy deck and a pixie deck, but we saw some really, really creative, synergies going on, even with the pre-constructed decks. Everyone had loads of fun, and yeah, it was just really good. It was just really good. So massive congratulations to the Bash team for obviously putting that event on. Massive thank you to everybody that turned up to that event, and also giving myself a nice warm welcome. I felt me and my friend Chris felt very, very welcome seeing you guys, and it was just a brilliant event. So if you guys live around Derby, definitely check out them at some point, or come for one of the regular Tuesday night games, because it's a lot of fun there. But yeah, well done, guys. It was a great event. So that was on Wednesday. And then yesterday, we had the Achroma Grand Tournament. I don't think we intended to do it. That ended up being the same week, but it just ended up being it. So this was another brilliant day. So for many of you in the chat, I think were there, but for those that weren't, so this was a differently run tournament. Before I move on, Idol says, very good night, Boards and Swords. Highly recommend. Friendly staff and a great community located there. Absolutely, Idol. Absolutely. So this tournament was slightly different. Very differently formatted, actually. So I forgot to mention, Bash had 20 players. I think they were going to have 24, but they had a few people, unfortunately, didn't arrive. In this one, we had 32 players. I might have been 34 in the end, actually. I know we had a couple drop out and a couple step in. I think the end result was 32 players. Yeah, it was 30, that might have been 34. Oh, I can't remember. Either way, early 30s. It was, again, Swiss-style format, so 1v1s, best of 3 rounds. And then the winners would play the winners, the losers would play the losers, and we played 6 rounds in total. There was a top cut of 4, so basically the top 4 people. They then played in a semi-final and a final to get the winner. And there was also prizes for people that came 5th through 8th as well. It was a fantastic day. Now, the difference here as well is people were able to bring their own custom palette, so it wasn't pre-constructed decks. And you could even swap decks as well midway through games. We have had some feedback about that, and we're going to have a little play around with how we work out the next tournament. But overall, the feedback was that it was a really, really fun day. Everybody had a lot of good fun. There were some brilliant combos. In this particular tournament, it looked like Curdle was definitely the best realm. Lots of control decks, lots of Achroma decks, and I'm pretty certain in the semi-final and final, that's pretty much all we saw, apart from a couple of fairies. But not to say that people bought Wishwell trader decks and they did really well. I know that some people bought Samir troll decks and they did well. We saw lots of fairies, and although they didn't win this tournament, they got loads of wins. Actually, there was quite a few Draco decks as well, and they even got lots of wins as well. Really, although Curdle Hill was prominent in the semi-final and final, I can hand on heart say every realm had its moment in the light. Everybody played really well. It was just great to see. Great atmosphere. The shop was packed. And it was, me personally, it was just great meeting so many people. There was lots of people that I haven't met yet from the Discord. It was just great finally, being able to see all your faces and just talk to you. Yeah, it was just really, really good. Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning. Yeah, me playing head in 1 round. It was awesome event, had a blast. Awesome. Yeah, so this is something we're going to be doing every 3 months now. As a reminder to the stream last week, we mentioned that we're going to be doing a seasons now, running over every 3 months. And in the 3rd month of every season will be a grand tournament. So don't quote me on this, but the next grand tournament at the store will likely be April, May. It'll probably be in June. It could end up being in May, but June is probably the likelihood of when the next one will be. So I hope more of you can come down. Now, it's definitely, we might have to look at getting some more tables if it's going to be a big event, but either way, yeah, it was just brilliant. This was recorded. So our YouTube editor was in and got loads of recordings. So there will be a tournament video going on our YouTube channel in the near future. I don't know when exactly that will be for you guys to watch. To be fair, the Bash event was recorded with some just cinematic shots. We should be getting a YouTube short out for that at some point as well, because you guys did do awesome. So yeah, that was a really cool event as well. Thank you to everybody that came. What's the next bit of news? Wish I could say the same thing, everyone. So I always like to plug the YouTube channel. So if you haven't already seen, this week we have had 1 new video come out, and that has been Chapter 2 of the TTRPG video. So if you've not seen, we have been running a one-shot of the upcoming Achroma role-playing game. Chapter 1 came out last week, and Chapter 2 has just dropped. If you've not yet watched Chapter 1, I definitely recommend you go and watch that first. But if you have watched Chapter 1, go watch Chapter 2. It is brilliant, and please leave comments on the YouTube video. Go chat in the RPG chat in the Discord. Tell us your feedback. Tell us, what you thought watching it, because we're in a really, really important phase of the TTRPG where we are going to be adapting rules, changing rules, adding and just generally tweaking things based on community feedback. So please do not hesitate to tell us whether you liked it, disliked it, why you liked it, why you didn't like it, because we'd appreciate that feedback. And actually, on some very last minute news, massive congratulations to Realm Runner Studios, and a big thanks to everybody who has already, because we actually reached 300 subscribers this week on YouTube. So thank you very much, folks, if you have subscribed. If you haven't already, now's a great time. Push us towards 400. That'd be amazing. But yes, thank you very much, guys, and an awesome milestone to hit. What have we got here? So I'll be watching Chapter 2 after the stream. Perfect, Warrior. Lovely. Haven't got around to Chapter 2. Hope it's good. It's very good. It's very good, Gato. It's an hour long, so it's double the length of Chapter 1 as well. Start Chapter 2. Look forward to finishing it later. Brilliant. Great event. Thanks, guys. It was great to see you, Richard. And Idols of Chapter 2 is a great video. Definitely take a look if you haven't already. Thank you, mate. So the last little bit of news I've got for you is just a reminder about the giveaway that is not finishing today. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it because all of the details are in the Discord under the giveaway channel, or you can watch last week's stream where I explain it in full. But I will mention that if you want an opportunity to get your alt art drawing printed onto an official Achroma card and sent to you, and just, you know, sent to everyone else, well, it's an opportunity for you to get one of your designs on a printed Achroma card. All you have to do is submit one of your drawings to me in Discord, in DMs, Viridian in the Discord. The full T's and C's are in the Discord, and you have to do this by end of the day, Wednesday. So that's Wednesday, the 8th of March. We cannot take any late entries because at that point we need those cards to start being upscaled by our artist and sent to the printing press urgently to obviously start getting out to people. So I'll be honest with you guys, I won't give you an exact number, but we've had some really cool entries so far. So thank you to those that have entered so far. But we haven't had as many as you might think. So the reason I tell you that is because there is very good chance that if you draw something awesome, that there is still a very good chance that you might get picked. It's not like we've had like 100 entries and yours are just going to be a drop in the water sort of thing. So, and to be very clear about this giveaway, your drawing does not have to be amazing. You know, we appreciate there's a very wide variety of skill ranges in our community. All you have to do is draw your design to kind of show what design you want. And if we like it, we've got an artist on standby who's going to upscale your drawing to essentially, you know, Achroma's amazing standard and then print it. So it'll still be your design, your character, but it will be obviously done by them. Now, just to be very clear, I did say I wasn't going to do too many of the T's and C's, but to be very clear, you're not submitting your own original characters. It has to be a character, object, or action, not locations, that already exists in one of the previous Chronicles, and it's just simply an alt art style. So it could be a character doing a different pose, or maybe in an action fight. It could be an object maybe being used. It could be an action just done, you know, a different interpretation of the action. Please submit your arts you got until end of play Wednesday to do so. And, you know, you might regret it if you don't, because it's going to be really, really cool. And the last thing I'll say on it is, as a reminder, don't draw any of the really popular legendaries or rares. Because, as you can see from my image there, unsurprisingly, it's very likely that Isadora, the Copper Joss, and some of those are going to get alt arts. So if you were to draw Isadora, for example, your one might not get picked because we're probably going to use the one we already had. So we're only doing one alt art per card. So maybe my best advice, pick a character, action, or object that is not legendary or rare. Pick something fun for you to do. All right, I'll try my best. I struggle to draw the curtains at home. That's fine, Rich. It took me about 2 seconds to get the joke. Even if it's literally just a doodle sketch, folks, it can be a pencil sketch on a piece of paper. As long as it's clear, oh, that's the design you're going for, it can be upscaled. You're throwing me a design after stream. Lovely. Thank you, Gato. Will there be any giveaways that won't be art-based? Yes, Good Omens. I appreciate that the last few giveaways have been art-based, but that's just because we wanted to give you guys this chance to do alt art cards. There will definitely be giveaways in the future that are not art-related. We have had some in the past that have been non-art related, but it just happens to be these two are. I'll try and make sure that the next one isn't art-related, purely because we've had quite a few of them recently. I get that. So if you have any other questions about that giveaway, go and check the giveaway channel in the Discord, because all the details are in there. So the next part of the stream that we go through, so that's all the news for this week. It's been a great week for news. We now have a look at the upcoming events. Now, this is going to be a very short section because there is only one upcoming event that I'm currently aware of, and it is the Curdle Hill event. So this is in almost 1 month's time, or just under 1 month time, on the 1st of April. It's essentially 1 month yesterday. We've already mentioned most of the details about this in the previous streams, so I'm not going to take up too much of today's stream mentioning it, but the basics are: turn up at the Achroma store and pool on the Saturday 1st of April. You'll get one of the Salem Planum Season 1 promo cards, and we are going to be battling it out for the fate of Curdle Hill. And as a reminder, this event will also be simultaneously happening at the Bash store, and there will be ways to do it online as well if you can't make it to the store. However, I would recommend going to either the store in pool or the store in Bash to get the best day out for it. Should we be concerned this takes place on April Fool's? I didn't even clock that, Lewis. You should not be concerned. It is 100% happening. However, that's not to say there might be some form of April Fool's at the store. Who knows? Maybe we'll make the team and I will make something. But everything that's on there, I promise, is factual. That you have my word. And it is free entry, by the way. No pre-booking needed, no tickets or anything like that. I have an idea for Vast Volataris alt art, but I don't know how I present it. Okay, so to be very clear, Taurus, we are not accepting any location alt art cards. I can't tell you the reason for... Well, I can give you the semi-reason. The reason is... we already have quite a few alt art cards planned for locations. I can't tell you more than that. So any locations will not be submitted. So it has to be a character, an object, or an action. I appreciate that probably disappoints some people because locations could be really cool. But yeah, have a little reconsider. I'm pranking the team. You have my word. Brilliant. You're going to be heading Bash? Awesome. Awesome. I'm probably going to be going to, as much as I do want to go to Bash again, I will probably be heading to Pool for that event, but I'm definitely going to be coming up to Bash for one of your recent events, for one of your next events soon. Cool. So the next bit of the stream then is we're going to go to the special sneak peek. So we are going to be getting Marco on the stream, but before we do, I have a few cards to reveal. This is why you're all here, really, isn't it? I know you guys love listening to me and you love seeing on the news, but this is why you're here. You want to see the good stuff. And I've got the good stuff for you this week, folks, because I've got a total of... drum roll, please. Wrong folder, Charlie. 8 new cards to show you. 8 new cards. 4 of them are... Well, 2 of them are going to be Realm Rifts, which are... realmless locations, which anybody who has pledged for the Rise of the Realm Runners expansion pack will get. If you've got the entire 400 card set, you'll be getting definitely these. If you've only pledged for like 1 or 2 expansion boxes, then you could get one of these. I'm also going to be showing you 2 Realm Runes, which are the Realmless action cards. Again, for those that are new to the game, when we say Realmless, that means that you can build them into any palette. So they are not set in one of the 5 realms. You can build them into any palette, which really opens up palette building. So yeah, 2 Realm Rifts, 2 Realm Runes, and then we've got a couple of the actions and objects from the expansions. So I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I have not seen these Realm Rifts. I'm going to be reacting and talking to you about them for the first time on stream now. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that artwork! Holy moly. Okay, what have we got here? We have got, sorry, the images are slightly blurry. I apologize about that, folks. So, be very clear. These are still subject to change. I know we're very, very close to the cards being printed, but everything is still subject to change. Right. Aurium Fracture. So these are the Realm Rifts. These are locations. 5 cost location for Aurium Fracture. Obviously, it's heroic. It is plus X in the resolve. Once during each of your turn, reveal a magenta card, and X equals the number of cards with magenta on your canvas. Ooh, okay, so first things first, folks, reveal is a new keyword, and I am aware of how it works. Now, be aware, this is subject to change, but I will explain to you guys what reveal means. Reveal is very similar to the keyword find. So where find means that you go through your palette and find a specific card based on what you're allowed to get. Reveal means, so where it says reveal a magenta card, you would take the top of your deck and you would start flipping them over. To be very clear, you do this openly. So as you start revealing the top of your deck, everybody can see them. You keep revealing cards until you find the first card with magenta. As soon as you find the first card with magenta, you get to take that card, and then the cards that you previously flipped over get mixed back into your palette. So it's basically the keyword find, but with RNG. You don't get to choose an exact card. You just keep going through your palette until you find the first card of that type. Obviously, if you only have 1 card in your palette with magenta, then you know you're going to be revealing that. But yeah, so that's the keyword reveal. So once during your turn, you can do that. Every turn, you can go and find... So if you build your entire palette around magenta, which, let's be honest, is Warriors of Wishwell and Curdle in a nutshell, that's going to be really powerful. That's going to be fantastic in those 2 realms. And X is the number of cards with magenta on your canvas, which is going to be insanely strong, again, for Holder Trolls and Magus Elite. Woohoo. Keep in mind, that is... Oh! I only just noticed that's a legendary. I mean, it makes sense, right? That's a very powerful bit. It makes sense. But yeah, that is a legendary. So yes, that is very powerful, but you have to keep in mind that that then replaces your Detective Cronus. It replaces your Astrid. It's crazy. What are we seeing in chat? So yeah, Spicy, my God, those are awesome. I need both of these in my life. Hell yeah. Orion Fracture is going in Warriors of Wishwell? Absolutely. You think that might replace King Craven? I haven't even... Oh, okay, so let's have a look at the other one. Achroma Breach. It looks like it's the opposite. So once during each of your turns, reveal an Achroma card, okay, so basically these are mirrored cards, as it were. One is for Magenta, one is for Achroma. Yeah, Achroma Breach, but the difference is that gain or is that steal? It's really hard to... Oh, it's drain. I appreciate the images are a little bit blurry. I apologize about folks. These were the person who gets these for me. They've had a lot of issues over the weekend, so they've had to get these at the last minute for me. But okay, that's drain. So drain for each Achroma card. So that's basically Gunnar, but you also get to find reveal an Achroma card every turn. Woohoo! That is brutal. That's awesome. Bird Squadron failed to contain foul, moving to plan B. Welcome in, Ellis. Good to see you. Joe, late to the stream, but Cloud came in through. It's good to see you, Joe. And welcome in, Goof. Those Realm Rifts are cold. Those are beautiful. Can we just appreciate how amazing that artwork is, though? My lord, those are beautiful locations. I'm pretty certain those have been done by the artist Vinny, who did the first round of cards. His locations are quite literally out of this world. Yeah, this is going to certainly help Achroma in multiplayer. I agree. Yeah, to being able to find those reveal those cards. Ooh. Oh, what a good reveal. Those are okay. You guys ready for more? As a reminder, all of these images will be posted in Discord under the sneak peek channel when the stream is over. So if you want to see these again, they'll be in there. So next is what we're calling Realm Runes. Again, these are the realmless action cards. They can be built into any palette. Let's take a look. I've got two of them to show you. Ooh, I'm going to struggle to read these. Algiz, and Izaz. I've probably demolished those names. So both of them are Realm Runes. So they're both rare cards and they both cost 4. It looks like they are opposites of each other. So the first one is reveal a card with yellow and deploy it for free. Obviously, you're going to put that in your Fun Guard decks, am I right, folks? And you get them +1 for each yellow on your canvas. Okay. Interesting. So, and obviously the other one is magenta. So I can say now, Izaz, that is going to be going in. Yeah, it's Chroma Overflow, but much better because you get to go and reveal a magenta card and deploy it for free. So imagine if you I know this is a hypothetical situation, but let's say you played Izaz and you started revealing, and the first card that comes up with Cyan is your Darnacusk. You could deploy your Darnacusk for free. But I guess it could backfire as well, because it's a bit of a gamble card, because let's say the first card you draw out is a strength in numbers, and you currently have no dragons on your board. You have to play it. So now you've lost your strength in numbers. So it's a bit of a risk v reward, I guess. But yes, otherwise it's a really good Chroma Overflow. I would imagine that Izaz is going to be really good in Dragon decks, or just generally Draco Temple, because they've got a lot of Cyan, as well as Samir Trolls. I'm looking at you. That would be really good for Samir Troll decks. And then Algiz, yellow. What do we think about yellow? That's probably going to be fairies. Not all of fairies, more of the faculty. But then again, keep in mind that you don't necessarily have to build a deck with loads of yellow. Obviously, you want the +1 for each card with each card of yellow on your canvas. But hear me out, folks. Guardians of Flutterby Falls, amazing location, am I right? But there's no way to be able to get that card. So you build a fairy deck that has no yellows in, or you build a Flutterby deck that has no yellows apart from your legendary. That card is your that's basically turns into a murky mana, doesn't it? You use it to go and find, if you know that the only card in your palette that with yellow is your legendary, boom, you get your legendary. I wonder if we'll have these for each color. That's a very good question. I don't know the answer. I genuinely have not seen that. These are the first Realm Runes and Realm Rifts I've seen. Maybe would be it would make sense, because there are a total of, no, there won't be, Lewis, and here's why. In terms of unique cards, there is 8 Realm Runners, which we've seen on previous streams. There is 8 Realm Relics, which are the objects of power, and we've seen all 8. There are only 4 Realm Rifts and 4 Realm Runes. So this is half of the Realm Runes. To be very clear, you're going to be obtaining multiple copies when you buy these sets. But yes, there's only 2 more runes. So it might be that it's like 2 other colors. So it might be, you know, just green and then Achroma or something. It might be that they're different. I'm not sure. Apparently, I'm allergic to Realm Runes. What we got in chat here. So I love the odd symbols. Yeah, the artwork is really beautiful. I agree, Gato. There's going to be a strong combo with research. I agree, Lewis. I love a bit of Izaz for my Briscavi. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Joe. Use research to fix the top of the deck. Oh, yeah. So you could use research to change the order of the deck to then play Izaz and make sure you get the one you want. I like that. Yeah, they'll be very good at research. Get that Copper Joss of Cyan. Very true, Marco. Chroma Storehouse with Iz. Oh, yes. Absolutely right, Mark. Yeah, great idea, Taurus. Lost Fairies deck. Yeah. I wonder if we... Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, these designs are amazing, aren't they? Thank you, guys. Because I'm tight. But yeah, very, very cool. All right, again, that will be in Discord. Now, these next 2 cards, these next cards I'm going to show you, folks, these are not realmless cards. These are some of the objects and actions that are going into the other individual realms. Now, if some of you were in store yesterday, you may have seen some of these. They were being shown to a few people, so you may have seen them, you may not. I have seen these though, so I'll be honest, I've seen these. So we've got an object and an action here. Both of these are from the Siege of Draco Temple Chronicle. They're from the Draco Planum, I should say. So Dark Tolly on the left. This is amazing. I saw this yesterday and I was like, it's an object of power. The attached character isn't erased when sacrificed. So one of the biggest issues with Drakes is you want to use the sacrifice cards to get some of the cool abilities, but then you've got to get rid of your own characters, which can be really hindering. But with this, if you attach Dark Tolly to a character, you could play something like Ritualistic Notion or, any of these other sacrifice cards, Sacrificial Ritual, and you'd still get the benefit of the sacrifice, you still get the effect of the sacrifice, but you wouldn't actually get your character erased. So until somebody can erase that object, you can just basically play sacrifice cards as if they were regular actions. Yeah, exactly. Draco support. And look at meditation. How cool is that? So choose a character. If they are still on the canvas at the end of your next turn, draw 3 cards. So you could choose your own character, but you could also choose your opponent's character. So if your Darnacusk isn't erased by the time it comes back around to me, I get to draw 3 cards. And presumably that doesn't include your original cards. You could draw 3 cards and then still draw a 4th card or trade. So yeah, very, very powerful for your Vast Volataris decks out there. I don't think I've seen the event subtype. Very, very keen eye there, Lewis. So I will say that currently, when you look at your current cards, folks, only characters and locations have subtypes. Subtypes don't really mean much apart from, there are certain cards that say, X for every dragon, I guess. But objects and actions never had subtypes. It is relevant, Lewis. I can tell you that all new cards, actions and objects will have a subtype, and all previous actions and objects in the unlimited runs are going to now have subtypes given to them. The reason for that, I don't mind saying, it's for the TTRPG reasons. It helps us with how we set some of the rules in the TTRPG. It helps with that. So it won't really affect, objects and actions getting subtypes won't really affect the gameplay currently. It's just, for actions and objects, it's really just flavor text, I guess, more than anything. It might change in the future with other abilities, but yes, keen eye there, mate, keen eye. Finally, Drakes will prove their real strength. Hey, Bo, welcome in. Good to see you. So yeah, 2 very good cards. I will say these ones were drawn by the artist Marco. Marco, top notch of these cards. They are looking beautiful. I particularly love the way the sun kind of fades over the top of the shadow of that monk there. Very, very cool. All right, and then we've got one more reveal for you guys. Sophia says hi. Hey, hello, Sophia. Good to see you. These are another 2 expansion cards. So these are from the Salem Plenum. We've got an action and a heroic action. So we've got Apprehend. It's a 2 cost. You can restrain a character under a character. So it's essentially a Muon trap without having to actually play a Muon trap, if that makes sense. So one of the weaknesses of Muon trap is that you've now got a 1-cost object that's very easy to attack into and remove. But let's say you put Apprehend on your Isadora. You now have a very, very strong character that they have to remove to be able to do it. And yes, layers upon layers. So now there's going to be the opportunity to Muon trap someone's character onto their other character, then play Apprehend to restrain all of that under your character, and then play a Silent Thicket to restrain your character. Layers and layers and layers and layers of restraint, and I am here for the chaos. However, don't forget, I think we showed it on a previous stream. There is a new action coming out for Curdle, which is all characters that are restrained become unrestrained. So there will be ways of like removing that layers of restraint with 1 card, but obviously that's a very specific counter that you have to have in your deck to make it work. Yeah, welcome in, Iad. Curdle did not need that. Yes, it did. It didn't need it, but I'm here for it. And the other one, again, beautiful card art here. Otrix Conjuring. It's a 3-cost card. Again, all subject to change, folks. These shard costs may change. You get to dig any player's dregs for an Achroma character with a shard value of 4 or less and deploy them on your canvas for free now. So essentially, if you're playing against another Achroma deck and they've got a Prism Sapper, they've got an Occultist Shaman, a Sorcerer Preferius, whatever 3-cost characters could be quite good to dig for. Brynhild of Briscavi, any of the other trolls, really. Yeah, essentially, you get to dig someone's for an Achroma character shard of 4 or less. So you could get your Brynhild. Sorry, you could get your Gunnar. Yeah, there's going to be a really, really cool card. That's just a really, really cool card for Achroma v Achroma, and I'm here for it. You know what you're putting that with? Nice. Oh my god, you could play someone's discarded Copper Joss. Not with Otrix Conjuring. It's a Achroma character with a shard value of 4, so it has to be Achroma in it. So unfortunately, you could not go and grab, you could not conjure a Copper Joss, although that would be pretty hilarious. I assume an Achroma character is any yes, it will be any character that has at least 1 shard of Achroma. So it could be something that, Gunnar, for example, that has 2 Cyan and 2 Achroma, that would count. Sarah is shaking right now. Sorts of Farius, Brynhild, Shaman, to dig up Resin Sappers. Exactly. Very, very cool. So there we go. Those are some of the new cards coming your way very soon, folks, because the Kickstarter is almost over. As a reminder, if you want to pledge to get any of those expansion cards, the Kickstarter link is down below. You've got 3 days left, folks. 3 days left. Okay, so the next part of the stream, again, all of those images will be in the Discord after stream. The next part of the stream is really exciting. What's about to happen, folks, is we're about to get Marco back on the stream. For those that know, Marco is one of our talented artists who's drawn some of these cards. And then what we're going to do is we're going to show you the results of the giveaway 2 weeks ago. You know what? Before we get Marco on stream, I'm going to quickly explain what the giveaway was. Hex Clunker just got worse? No, he did not. No, he did not. He has got so many objects that he can now grab. Does the money go out on the 9th? I'll be honest, Heron, I don't know exactly. All I know is that it goes out straight away. It goes out imminently after the Kickstarter finishes. So I don't know whether that's going to be straight away on, I don't know whether that's midnight, 8 p.m. I don't know the exact timing, but assume the money will come out of your account pretty imminently when the Kickstarter ends. It's as soon as Kickstarter. But what I mean is I don't know. I don't know exactly what time it ends. I don't know if it's at midnight, 8 p.m., but it will be pretty much on the 9th, yeah. So yes, 2 weeks ago, we brought a giveaway to you guys in the stream. The basic premise of this giveaway is that we wanted to give you guys an opportunity to be an Achroma artist. So we said that all of our artists, when they are drawing cards for Achroma, all they get is a small prompt. And they have to then draw the card based on that prompt. So what we did is we gave you guys a prompt for a real card that has been drawn for the expansion. Oh, I forgot to say, you are going to get one more card revealed today, folks, because you guys are going to see the card called Awaken the Guardians. So here is the prompt that those that entered the giveaway had to write for. So it's a rare action called Awaken the Guardians, and it's in the realm of Flutterby, or realm of Spiritor. The description of the card was, the fairies of Flutterby can awaken the Guardians in desperate times, to protect the school. Inside the mouths of the fountains, Lava Fountain and Water Fountain, is a secret button to awaken the Guardians. Let me quickly catch up with chat and then we'll get Marco in. So I'm just having a look at the Kickstarter. I'm interested in the full Rise of the Realm Runner set, although I won't be able to afford it until after those 3 days. Can I purchase it whenever outside of it? So yes, there will be ways of purchasing sets afterwards, but they are very limited stock. So you will only be able to, there will only be a limited number. Object is an update to all objects and power cards. The revision will be applied to existing objects, power, and reprints, and will update. Yes, it'll all be on the database. Thank you. Welcome in, Jack. Good to see you. So let's welcome Marco in. Marco, welcome to the stream, buddy. How are you doing?
Hello again.
Great to see you,
everyone.
Good to have you.
Very much. I'm very happy to be here again. Feels like home.
Well, that's very, very nice. So yes, for those that haven't met, this is Marco, who is one of our talented artists behind the expansion cards. So everyone say hello to Marco. And so Marco, we set this giveaway 2 weeks ago, and it was very exciting because the winner is going to get a copy of the rare card with your signature on it. Is that right?
Yep. I promise to ruin it for you.
I mean, we will speak. Whoever wins, it will be their choice. If they actually don't want it signed for whatever reason, I guess they don't want to. But
they have to. Yeah,
they have to.
No.
We can sign it on the front of the card or the back of the card. It's up to them, depending on how they prefer it. And if they want it to be signed by some of the other team, I'm sure we could do that too. So to let you guys know how this is going to work, me and Marco were in a call earlier, so we've already reviewed the entries. What we've done is we came up with a very, very fair criteria where essentially we had we looked at the real card and we said, okay, they'll get the winner wasn't based on who drew the best card, but whose card was closest to what the real card will look like. So me and Marco essentially looked at the real card and said, okay, they get a mark if they've done this. They get a mark if they have that. They have a mark if this is centered here or there or whatever. So I'm not going to go through all the different marking criteria because we'll be here all day. But when we're going to start by going through all the entries and just talking about how cool they are. We're then going to reveal what the actual card looks like. And then we're going to go back through the cards and give them the scores we've determined and reveal the winner. Sound good, Marco?
It sounds absolutely perfect.
Awesome. So let's get straight into it by having a look at the first entry in no particular order, just the first that's in my list. So this entry was from David King in the Discord. So what do you think of this one, Marco?
It is precious. I love the little ray shooting upwards. That's very cool.
Yeah, with the chroma effect in it.
Yeah, and I like the little detail of the on the lava fountain that they have a glove.
Yeah. Really I didn't even notice that when we saw it earlier. So it's like, yeah, the one on the right is obviously touching water, so it's fine. But this guy's touching lava, so I've got to wear a glove.
You lose something going in there.
That is brilliant. Yeah, I love that. But yeah, really, really good card, this one. I think, it definitely put a smile on my face seeing it. I think it's really well drawn. I really like how the water fountains things spiral together. And I think the pink dragons look really cool. Obviously they are pink on the drawing as on the playmat, I think, or they look pink. So yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah, there's some shading in there and everything. Oh,
yeah. So yeah, very, very good job, David.
Yeah. I've got a score for these besides the actual score that we're giving for the card.
I see. This is just a personal Marco score.
Yeah, it's a 10 out of 10. Wait, it's reversed.
We can see it's a 10. That's even worse. A 10 out of 10. Brilliant. Great minds think alike. Yes, some of these are quite similar, but that's a really good thing. The fact that your minds are going to the same places shows that you've all done a really good job at reading the prompt in the same way. So the next one is from Fairybird in the Discord. This one has gone a slightly different direction, but you can see a lot of similarities. So we obviously Fairy has actually gone with writing the ability on. Now, to be very clear, writing the actual ability on wasn't a fundamental. So if you submitted it without the writing, that's fine. That wasn't actually intended. But what do you think of this one, Marco?
Yeah, so beyond the actual prompt itself, like above and beyond the call of action, with the rest of the details that don't count for the criteria, but it's extra flavor in there. Even the hexagonal pattern in the back,
details, the little details.
An expensive card. I mean, it's got.
Well, I will say, actually, without a bit of a question for you, Parker, because I've now got the official copy of the card with the ability on. Have you actually seen?
The ability yet? I've not seen. I have not seen it yet. No.
Okay. Well, slight spoiler alert: the shards that they've put on that is not far wrong. The colors are different, but 6 shards is correct.
6 shards. Okay,
6 shards is correct. Yeah.
That doesn't count for the criteria, but
no, that didn't count for the criteria.
Good job on there.
Yeah. No, I really like this. I like the detail that Fairy's got in with the actual dragon itself. I like the kind of jagged edges. Statues aren't always very kind of smoothly done. I think it's really, really cool. I like it.
Yeah, I do like the. It's got a little bit of eye shade. It does talk to my rebellious youth. It does something for me. Great job. I give this one a 10 out of 10.
An upside down 10 out of 10 again. Yeah. Or binary. Wait, is that binary code for awesome? 0101.
Yeah.
Very
great
cool.
Job.
Yeah, very good job, Fairy. So the next one has been submitted by Gato Man. Now, I will say before I put it on screen, I know that Gato want me to say that they didn't unfortunately get time to finish it, which is fine. But what they submitted is really freaking good. Like, I appreciate it looks relatively empty, but if I just zoom in here a little bit and just scroll down, look at the detail that Gato was going into. Look at that lava!
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Like he said in the chat, him and David got they were feeling it very similarly. And like I said to yourself earlier, like I think he's even got to more detail than I did. It's like I feel the painstakingly detail of going through every single scale of the dragon. So massive kudos to you. That was very good. Like you couldn't see, but I gave you a little clap.
Can I? I'll go back. You can give a clap.
Yeah, there you go.
Gato, what I would really like, buddy, is when you have the spare time, please take the time to finish this. I would really, really like to see the finished result because you are, this is genuinely really, really talented. So please finish that card.
Yeah,
I want to see the end result.
I can say as well, the colors are absolutely on point. That's very, very good.
Awesome. Well done, Gato. Marco, have you got a score for this one? This is again a personal score.
I do. Wait, different page. No.
Yeah, so same angle on that slash there, definitely the same page. Okay, so the next one has been entered by Lewis, who I actually don't know how to say your name, Lewis, your actual Discord name, Lewis. It's like Luamd, but this is Lewis in the Discord. Let me bring this on the bigger screen. Here we go.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, and I know exactly why you like this one, Marco.
It's got the
teeny little fairies.
It's the teeny tiny fairies, and these now brings into the discussion that we still don't know. This is still a lore check that we need to do. What is the actual size of the fairies?
Yeah, well, what's the size of fairies compared to the fountains? The fountains, because the fountains were a gift from Draco, right? Draco, so did they like imagine these big dragons crafting these teeny tiny little fountains, or are they giant fountains that the fairies actually fly into? We genuinely don't know the answer.
Exactly.
Jack, you're gonna have to ask Rach. We need to know this.
Yeah, because on David's drawing, he was putting full hand. Yeah, so the size was like average sized. These tiny little.
Yeah, this is
fairies.
Really, really cool though. I like with this one. I like how the fountains are facing towards each other. I like actually this in the background. It's an interesting concept of where does the guardians come from? Are they statues that turn into dragons, like almost like like basically, are they coming out of the stone, like that's their like home, or did they change from stone? Who knows?
I can definitely see that that they've looked at the same art reference than I have, which is the Gardens of Flutterby card.
Mm.
But there's the two floating gardens.
Okay.
Which, by the way, I don't know if anyone else spotted that. There is a card that has the Guardians of Flutterby.
Okay. We'll have to have a look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Louis MD, I see. And as I said, I'm available for hire as an artworker. Hey, very nice. But no, very good job, mate. Oh, yeah, Lewis did use that. Oh, well done.
Yeah,
And Taurus said, oh, yeah, 10 out of 10.
To give you the score,
Yeah.
you do have a 10 out of 10. Congratulations.
Taurus says, do portals act like boom tubes from the DC universe and change your size match? I have no idea, but we'll have to find out. That could be very cool. So we've got 4 more entries. So the next one is from Lion King in the Discord. Gone a very, very different way with this, but I like this. It's like watercolor painting.
Yeah, the definitely the one that went the most in the most unique direction. So if for nothing else, you get some kudos just for that. Also, like you said, the water painting. Even I'm usually a little bit overwhelmed by watercoloring, so they're very greedy of them to do this, but I think it paid off. The colors look very nice, very intense.
And what I really like about this as well is that obviously, Jack has clarified. So the Guardians are stone statues wrapping around the base of the school when they sleep. The fountains are like, are small like the fairies. Okay. I'm saying now, if anybody wants a challenge for just generic fan art, this isn't a giveaway. I want somebody to draw like Tenebris or Darnacusk with like teeny tiny, you know, like one of those crafting like microscopes, like crafting with tiny little tools. This little fountain.
I don't know if this is a deep cut, but on Toy Story, there's the old man fixing Woody.
Yeah,
he puts him in a little box, and he's just got the little glasses.
Yeah, I want Tenebris or maybe not Tenebris, but like Darnacusk or something like that. Making these little teeny fountains. But yes, going back to this image though, yeah, really, really good job, Lion King. And yeah, one thing I liked about this is that everybody else has looked at the fountains and obviously gone with, it coming out of the mouth, which I appreciate is what we see on the cards. But I like the creativity of this one where, because the fountains are floating, it'd be interesting to see where, in this picture it's floating. It's like the lava is actually coming from the bottom, like falling through. I don't know, I just think it's quite clever.
Yeah, that is very good. Wait, I do have a score for it.
Yeah. 9 out of 10? Oh, it's 10 out of 10. Very nice. Good job. Lewis says, I was right with the statues, just wrong on the fountain size. Man, the old dude cleaning up the woodies always freaked me out. Yeah. And come on down to... Yeah. All right, so 3 more to go, and then we are going to reveal the actual card for those who want to see. So this one is from OSJ Warrior, who I believe is in the stream currently. This one, I think, Marco, this is one of your favorites. Am I right?
Yeah, this won my pick of the day.
Yeah.
That the look on that statue is just...
It's very tiki, and I'm here for it. I love it.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I had a good chuckle looking at these cards straight away as soon as I saw it.
I like how the fairies are very like distressed, but I'm not sure what they're distressed about. The fact that they've got to fly into a dragon's mouth to press a button, or the fact that there's an emergency happening for them to have to press the button in the first place.
I do question how efficient of a secret it is. With a sign that says emergency and an arrow pointing out.
Yeah, it's almost like a trap. It's like a press this an emergency and just press that and the mouth goes tonk.
Well, yeah.
But no, very
doesn't feel like a very welcoming place to go to.
No,
Don't think twice.
But maybe, it's just like you have to smash the glass for the fire alarms. You don't want anybody just coming along and pressing it randomly.
Yeah, maybe this statue does take a ferry as payment for awakening.
I mean, I also like as well, like the size of the button compared to the fairies. I feel like they're gonna have to like really like jump on that as well, like a little trampoline. But yeah, very very good warrior. We're really pleased with this one. You got a score for this one?
10 out of 10.
It'd be 10 out of 10. Very nice. No,
good
brilliant. Go on.
A thumbs up.
A thumbs up.
Get a thumbs.
Honestly, just going through, we've got 2 more to show, but I think I've really enjoyed this giveaway, purely due to I love just seeing the different designs that have all come from this same prompt. So we've got 2 more to show. This one is from Seb in the community, so I'll zoom in a little bit on this one. So I believe Seb did one yesterday. So we've got Yeah, I like this. It's a very, we're seeing a little bit of similarity with the beam coming out from the middle and the two statues looking inwards.
I'm wondering what was the commonality in thinking about the beam, because we saw that in 3 cards already, and I'm like, did I miss out on something when doing mine? The dragons themselves, very cool.
I like how they're almost like spiraling out of the base as well. Like, you think of you think of a dragon statue like with legs and stuff.
It's got the feeling.
Yeah,
it's got the feeling of being summoned out of it.
Absolutely.
We did see Seb drawing these yesterday, so good job on the last minute entry. That was
really, really cool.
That's very good.
Gatorman says this one's cool. Oh, it's cool. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, and also the blue background.
Yeah,
very good as well. You do get a 10 out of 10, buddy.
And Sarah says apparently once the button was pressed, the beam appeared. Yes. Yeah, I'd imagine it's not like a party light show every day. It's like an emergency. Bang. That is awesome. All right, and then we've got one more entry, which was the last minute entry from Luca, who welcome, by the way, Lion King in the stream. So Luca has inserted his own character. Well, so this is still a fairy pressing the button, but for those that watched the stream last week, this is actually one of Luca's original characters pressing it. But hey, it's still a fairy. But I like this one. We're getting a bit more of an action shot of actually the button being pressed. Not sure. I'm guessing that's the water fountain. Otherwise, he'd probably be wearing a glove. Am I right?
He'd be needing a glove, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like in this statue is somewhat in the middle of the other two in relation to the size of the statue to the
fairy,
to the fairy. So it adds another layer there. The statue itself, I do like the angle that's coming down to. It does feel very very omnipotent.
I agree.
Yeah,
I mean, that's quite a scary dragon. Like with especially the black eyes. Like imagine imagine a trainee painter being sent to press that button, and they're just like buzzing up to the thing like. Oh no! Really, really good entry though, Luca. Really like that one. Do you have a score for this one, Marco?
Let me see. I do have one. Sorry. Yeah.
10 out of 10. Very nice.
10 out of 10.
But no, we cannot stress enough that all of the entries put a smile on our faces to look at and to score. All of you really should pat yourself on the back for great efforts. I would argue that any of those drawings could be used for the artwork and would make sense.
Yeah, I was beaming all afternoon looking at them. I'm just gonna add something here that I'm very much with you with when you try and have the reactions on stream, because obviously this afternoon we did have a good laugh. I was just beaming the whole way through, and now it's just kind of like, oh man, I wish that I could, just show like those first impressions, because it's so satisfying to see all of these.
It really was
very, very cool. Which is effectively it was like my fan art of my drawings.
It is
technically. It's made me very happy.
It's a new trophy on your virtual shelf of people have made fan art of one of your designs, which must be really nice for an artist.
Yeah, it's just got a little trophy here.
Shaped like fungua.
Yeah.
Right?
Yay!
Go on, my word. The Adventures of Fungua. Check it out in the Discord. So Jack has said in the stream, fun fact, the Fire Tender Fairy is always on hand to help awaken so that's why they're called the Fire Tender, because they can go to the... Oh, okay, very cool. Darth says, well, the dragons themselves would hold a lot of power. Can you imagine what would happen if that much power stored in teeny... Big dragon! Teeny tiny statue. And that's that my thinking as well. Cool. So those were all of the entries. So would you guys like to see the finished card? So again, subject to change. All of the cards are, even though the printing run is just around the corner. But here we are, folks. I'll go to this screen so you can see it in the biggest screen possible. Here is the official card with the ability that is currently set for it. Awaken the Guardians. So you know what? How about you read out? Because you haven't actually seen the ability. You read out, Marco.
Oh, that's great, thank you. So until the start of your next turn, all locations on your canvas have a... sorry, I cannot see, it's a bit too small.
Oh, that's a prevent 3.
That's a prevent 3 and splat 3. The fairies of Flutterby can awaken the guardians in desperate times to protect the school inside.
Oh, I have a feeling the lore. I think the lore text isn't finished there because it's it's just an inside.
Inside, yeah.
Again, subject to change.
Yeah, that proves the point.
But
the
you gone?
ability is crazy good.
Yeah, so it's an action. It's very, very expensive action at 6 cost, but as long as you have at least 2 locations out, it will pay for itself. But if you have, maybe 5 or 6 locations out, suddenly you're getting, 15 to 18 resolve. So this is going to be really, really strong in location-heavy Flutterby decks. And prevent 3 for a turn as well, which is really, on top of all their natural resolve, it's insane.
Yeah, this is like you've got 2 locations. You basically got a card better than Copper Joss.
Yeah, and it's only a rare, so you can have this and Copper Joss in your palette.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. It's only a rare. It is a rare.
The colors threw me off. I was like, oh, it's a legendary. No, it's a rare.
Yeah, because it's only an action. I don't think we're ever going to do legendary actions that I'm aware of, at least, anyway. But yeah, very cool.
Enough.
So. What we're going to do now, folks, is we're now going to run back through those entries, just a bit quicker this time, and we're now going to give you the official scores that me and Mark have come up with. As a reminder, we did this as a structured criteria, and it was all about the actual, what did you draw, where was the, how did you orientate certain things, what was present on your card, what wasn't. It's not at all to do with how your drawing was actually done. It's nothing to do with quality. Before we do, let's read through the chat of this. Go on.
I do have an art critic look that I prepared for the stream.
Very nice. Love it.
I've got a little mustache because I can't grow a proper one.
I thought you were doing a pipe. I thought that was going to be a pipe then. I love.
No, it's a tiny little mustache.
Someone needs to take a screen grab of that. That needs to be another. That needs to. You know how in the Discord we've now got a emoji of me like doing that. We need someone grab a good still at some point of going do a good art face for us. There we go. We'll grab that, and that can be an emoji in stream. That's brilliant in Discord. So right, some of the comments on this card we got. That's really cool. That's amazing. You did very good, Marco. Yeah. Let's not forget that this is Marco's art. Let's.
Yeah.
And don't forget, folks, this is a rare card. So the first editions of these, go pledge on the Kickstarter, is going to have the nice sheen effect, which is going to look awesome. Lewis said he was going to say as well.
Sorry, I was going to say as well that with the full layout of the card, it just makes it so much nicer as well.
Oh, I bet. Lewis says I was pretty close. Nice action card. I was nowhere near close, but I had fun doing it. That's the point. As long as you had fun. Legendary actions would be insane. Yeah, very true. My Wi-Fi is limiting picture quality, so the statues look good. No worries. This picture will be in the Discord after the stream as well. So let's go through all the pictures. And like I said, we're going to be every entry we've rated out of 10. This is in no particular order, so this isn't lowest to highest. So you'll hear some mixture of scores, and obviously once we reach the end, you'll hear the score. So firstly, David King, what was the score we did for that? You've got the list, Marco.
Yes, I do. David King, very, very good. You got a lot of the elements here. You got the gardens, the statues, everything here. You get an 8.
An 8 out of 10, so a very, very strong score out of the gates. Congratulations, David. So I'm going to stay on this screen for now, just so we can bring them in large screen. So next one is Fairy Bread. So what did Fairy Bread score?
Fairy Bread, I've got your resemblance score here. You got a 6.
Congratulations, Fairy. Very, very good score regardless. Really good detail there. Oh, I was on the wrong screen. Moving to Gato Man. Gato Man, what did he get? Well, they get, sorry, I don't know.
Gato Man, you get a resemblance score of 6.
Very good as well. So I believe tying with Fairy Bread there. Great, and again, I want to see that finish. Please finish that. We now have Lewis. So what did Lewis score?
Lewis, you've got the statues there, you've got the guardians and the little fairies. You scored a 9.
A 9 out of 10. So that is currently the leader, and a very, very good drawing. And it had a lot of the, it got a 9 because it has a lot of the elements that we were looking for specifically. Very well done. Lion King next with the watercolor fountain.
Lion King, again, great job with those watercolors. you got a resemblance score of 5.
Very good. Still a very, very, very solid score. Well done. Then we've got OSJ Warrior.
OSJ, you have got a resemblance score of 6.
6 out of 10. Very nice. So on the same score as a few others we got. We then have Seb's entry.
Seb, you have got a resemblance score of 6.
Another 6. It's not even like you guys have done the same drawings, but a lot of you got 6s purely because some of you had some elements, some of you had the others, so you've all ended up being around the same score in the end. And lastly, Luca.
Luca, you have got a resemblance score of 6.
Another 6. It's like that one judge in shows where they just keep copying the next judge. Well, there we go. So if you guys
what did you put over there?
If you guys did keep up with that, I can say that the winner, congratulations, was Lewis. This drawing that you did of Awaken the Guardians was the closest resemblance of the drawing. Again, I'll bring up the actual card again here. So you can see, if I bring that up and then go back to that one, you can see that it was really, really similar in a lot of ways. So congratulations, buddy. So Lewis, what will happen next is we'll be in contact. Obviously, you won't be getting the card straight away because we've got to wait till the printing, it'll be the same sort of time frames as the other printing runs. But we will get you your copy of that card signed by Marco in the post as soon as applicable. But congratulations. And we'll talk in Discord about, just DM me and we'll talk about, who do you want to sign it and what side or where in particular would you like them to sign it. But congratulations, buddy. Really, really good job. And again, from me and Marco, thank you to everybody that entered. It really did put a smile on our faces seeing the entries, and you all did a brilliant job. All of the entries are still in the giveaway post in the forum if anyone wants to comment. Any final thoughts, Marco?
Yes, I wanted to say as well, very, very well done to yourself and to the team. Like, just the format that you managed to do for this when we were looking at the cards earlier, it's the skill that the cards had absolutely nothing to do. It really was probably the fairest way of doing it, where we're looking at the cards from a different perspective, and it's really nice to be able to be fair to everyone without having to be taking skill completely out of it. That was a very, very smart thing that yourselves did, and it was so nice to see everything. It's just been, and what a couple of weeks we've had. It's just been so
It's been absolutely
rewarding.
Brilliant. It has been. And although, as we did say earlier in the stream, we'll probably make sure the next couple of giveaways, whenever we do those, are probably not art related, because I know it doesn't appeal to everybody. But I would definitely like to maybe revisit this giveaway style, maybe when around when chapter 2 of maybe Curdle or Draco is being designed, because I think that people seem to have enjoyed this, and I've quite enjoyed doing this as well. I don't know about you, Marco.
Yeah, I would give an honest score to the whole event of 10 out of 10.
Brilliant. Well, there we go. So everybody say goodbye to Marco, and can we get some thanks or like a round of applause? Just give some thanks in chat to Marco for obviously organising this giveaway and obviously being on stream with us. And obviously a massive thank you. Go on.
You can put some Fs in the fat for the mustache.
Yeah, F's in chat for the mustache. Absolutely. Yes, thank you very, very much, Marco, for joining us. I'm sure we'll have you on stream again in the near future. But for now, we'll say goodbye. Goodbye, Marco.
Love you and leave you.
Bye. Love you and leave you. So thank you very much, guys. So we are still going with the stream. We have the last bit of the stream, which is all about the community showcase. So we like to end every stream by shining some light on you guys as to some of the cool stuff you've been doing in Discord in the community place. Welcome in, Renegade. Good to see you, by the way. See you, Marco. Oh, you had you did have a question, actually. I did see your question. I did see your question, Chef, but I thought I'd come back to it. So your first question, Chef, was... Oh, I see. You've copied and pasted it. That's fine. I had it in my head to go back to it. Sorry that I missed it. So any update on how many sets are left for each faction? I know that Draco is now sold out. I want to know which one to get next before it sells out. So I'm not doing a full update on this stream. I tend to do them bi-streamly. So... Streamly? Yeah, that's a new word. I'll invent it. So I'll probably do another full update next Sunday. What I can tell you is that, yes, Draco is sold out apart from the collector's editions, of which are very, very limited left. I don't have exact numbers, but the last time I had an update on Curdle Hill, it was less than 50 boxes. 50 boxes, and that was like a week and a half ago. So I'll say now, if they're still in stock, Curdle Hill is absolutely the boxes I would recommend to go and buy if you want the first editions. Now, this was about 3 weeks ago now, but Wishwell and Flutterby were on about 500 and 700 boxes respectively, so they won't necessarily be that quick, but I will say with stores like Bash and other stores getting involved, they are flying off the shelves. So yes, Curdle Hill, if we still have it in stock, you should definitely get next, and then the other two. And I think the Dexter promo card, we have about 500 or less left as well now. But again, I'll get full numbers for you in the next stream. So the last bit then, community showcase. So let's see. Let's start with artwork. Now, I've noticed that there was a bit of fan art that went in right near the a few hours ago. I haven't had time to add that, so that will be in next week's stream. So fan art, we haven't actually got that much this week, but the reason for that is because all of you have been working on the giveaway posts. Again, actually, before I get into the community showcase, I forgot to mention that you guys seem to like that giveaway. As a reminder, if you haven't yet entered the other art giveaway we've currently got going, which is where you can get one of your designs of an alternative art character object or action printed, upscaled and printed onto a card, make sure you check out the giveaway channel of the Discord and make sure you get your drawing submitted before the end of play on Wednesday, otherwise you'll miss out on that one. Do you plan to do a sale? We do sales, Lion King. It's not unheard of for us to do sales. When the next one is, I honestly do not know. But are we planning to? Technically, yes, because we will always do sales eventually. But please don't hold out for it to be soon. I have no indication of it being soon. We normally do things like Black Fridays, Christmas, holidays, stuff like that. I already got my hands on a Dexter, which I'm glad about. Very nice. I don't think I need to. And I'm hoping to get my Dexter soon. Very good. So the first bit of artwork I want to show you is, I'm not gonna lie, I really like this. So this is someone in the Discord called Neko Juru, if I'm saying that correct. I'm sorry if I've just butchered your name. But they did a drawing of Advanced Scouting Party. And I think this is really, really talented. The line work, the way that, the way that they do the shading on it. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Nico, if you're watching the stream, you should go and submit this one as an alt art. I really like it. But it has been just put as a general fan art at this time. But no, really, really good. So if you're in the stream or happen to watch stream, really good job, really impressive. And again, all of these fan arts are in the fan art, the fan content channel in the Discord. So feel free to go and give it a like and give it some comments as well in the Discord. But no, that's really, really cool. So well done to Nico for that. It is really good. The Kickstarter early bird was the sale. Yeah, that's very true, Lewis. So this isn't fan art, but this is still kind of fan content. For those that were at the Achroma store yesterday, you'll have seen that there was an Achroma cake. Now, admittedly, this isn't the first Achroma cake we've had on stream. We had recently one that was done by Echo and his daughter. But this is a Achroma cake that was baked by one of the members of the team, Troy. Well, it was his mum. This was at the store yesterday in Poole. Troy's mum, if you're watching, it was delicious, but a very, very cool cake. And, you know, any fan content that you guys make, if you bake something, if you do some fan art, if you do some if you do some creative writing, like short stories, if you do even memes, anything that you get creative about, please, please, please make sure you post it in the fan content forum in the Discord, and we'll show it on stream and just generally, appreciate it for what it is, because we love seeing what you guys come up with. So that is the Achroma cake. And this is a slightly different one, but this is actually, again, come from Lewis in the Discord, because, again, this is, again, that kind of creativeness. Lewis has been working on a draft format, so basically a different game mode. This isn't in the fan content channel. This has actually been posted under the Canvas forum. Obviously, this isn't the full rules. This is a full document. I've just brought up this as a picture. But draft format is a really well-known format in other card games, and Lewis has taken the time to write his own rule set for it. It's a really fun way of making boosters out of the cards you've got and almost having a bit of a drafting session where you and your friends then end up with a bit of a randomized deck and then have to play. So if that sounds like something that will make it, make your next Achroma Games night with your friends a bit interesting, then go check out the Canvas channel forum. where it is currently there. And I'm sure if you have any questions about it, Lewis would be happy to answer them and generally get some feedback. But again, if you end up creating your own game modes, please let us know, because it's great to see them. And Lewis, well done for taking the time to make it. I'm looking forward to maybe playing this with you next time we see each other in pool. Yeah, really good job, mate. My face when Copper Joss GIF gets showcased. Yeah, if I can't really show GIFs on stream, because unfortunately it doesn't show up in my image viewer. Otherwise, I probably would have done. Unfortunately. And then the other thing I like to show on stream is pallets. Now, again, loads of pallets got submitted in the last few hours. Taurus, I know you submitted a load, and we also saw some of the ones from the tournament. I have not had a chance to download and prep those, so those aren't on today's stream, but I'll probably show some of those on next stream. I haven't missed them. So I've only got one deck to show you this week, but it's a really cool looking Lost Fairies deck. So Draco Temple, for those who don't know, and it is from Silent in the Discord, otherwise known as Richard, who I believe is in the stream. Unfortunately, I can't zoom that out anymore, but you can see the card. So this is a Lost Fairies deck with the rares of Chromatic Extinction for your control, Ignis, also great for control, Prying Eyes, fantastic combo of Lost Fairies, and Varsal Ataris, which is definitely one of your win conditions. Then we've got, as you can see in that middle column, an abundance of actions, because the way Lost Fairies work, for those who don't know, is that when you have them on your canvas, once per turn, you can play an action card from your hand for free. So the whole point of this deck is loads of actions. So we've got Rummages to get more card draw for Varsal Ataris, Chroma Overflow, which is very, very well synergized in Draco, Breath of Ice for that control card, Breath of Fire for control, Restless Research, again for that Varsal Ataris, and Research Collection for, again, a bit of card draw as well as this hand. You can see that the characters that he has gone for are all around that card draw as well. Monastery Keeper, Research, X based on locations, Minima Draco, you get to draw cards based on other characters, and Ruba Draco is just a solid character for gain. Got some good objects of power as well to get a little bit of steel in there. Every deck needs a bit of steel. And then you've got some solid locations, Monastery Nest and Chroma Storehouse, which are essentially your win conditions of gaining, and a Draco Graveyard, so that if you lose your Varsal Ataris or Lost Fairies, you can always get them back. So that is a very, very solid deck. I don't know if I would actually change much about that myself. I think that's a really, really solid deck. If you're watching the stream and you haven't yet made a custom deck for Draco and you want to give it a go, then there it is. It is also in the Canvas forum of the Discord if you want to, if you want to leave a like, leave a comment for Silent, or go and build it at a different time. It's all in there as well. But yeah, well done for creating that. A very, very good deck all round. I spammed the forum, sorry. No, it's fine, Taurus. People wanted to see them. That is perfectly fine. It's what it's there for, Taurus. But the whole point of the forum is that if it was still before we used to have a palette building channel, and the issue with that is if you posted like 5 or 6 palettes, then whoever posted before you would just get their post would be lost. What's nice about the forum is it doesn't matter if you spam it, all the posts are there for people to see and filter, so things don't get lost as much. But yeah, brilliant. All the memories of old fairies. I would add Draco Planum Library over the items. Yeah, maybe one Ring of Fire out for a Draco Planum Library would be a good call, actually, yeah, for the research. I like that idea. Yeah, very true. Also, can I just say congratulations for those in the Discord. We have gained 10 members over the last week, so we're up to 410 members. So if you are one of those members that has joined us in the last week, welcome into the community. Pleasure to have you. And with that then, folks, that brings me to the end of this week's live stream. It's been an hour and 20 minutes, that's about right. Last week's was like a 2-hour stream. We had so much to go through, but we've covered some really cool stuff today. We've covered some of the really cool events that we've seen this week. We've reminded you about the giveaway. We've seen some amazing new cards, which are going to be in the Discord momentarily. We have had some brilliant entries to the previous giveaway and seen the winner for that, and got to see the other card teased, and just been able to shine a light on you guys in the community. It's been a really, really fun one. So thank you very, very much to everybody that has been in the stream today. I really do genuinely appreciate you all being here, keeping me company, and making the stream so much fun to present because of how much you guys engage with me in the chat. So thank you to each and every one of you that's been watching and commentating. We are now going to be moving into Discord. So once the stream is over, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes tidying up, and then I will be jumping into table 1 of the Discord, where we will play a couple of games of Achroma, and I might actually get out my drawing tablet and have a go at an alt art card myself, because why not? But yeah, so if you want to come and join me in Discord, then we'll be in table 1. Otherwise, have a fantastic start to your week. If you have any questions, I'll be in the Discord. But otherwise, I have been Charles Barton, the Achroma community communicator, otherwise known as Viridian in the Discord. This has been the Achroma weekly stream. I will see you next Sunday, where we'll be live again Sunday at 8 p.m. Have a good week. Stay wholesome. Bye-bye.